Imagine a historic moment meant for peace, suddenly threatened by an unseen danger. In March 2021, Pope Francis embarked on a groundbreaking visit to Iraq, a symbol of hope in a war-torn region. But behind the scenes, intelligence agencies were scrambling. They had intercepted whispers of a plot, a female suicide bomber and a massive truck bomb, both aimed at the Pope during his public appearances. The stakes were unimaginably high, not just a life but a message of unity at risk. How could such a threat be stopped without causing panic? This is the story of how close disaster came and the eerie calm that preceded the storm. The planning for the Pope's visit was meticulous, involving months of coordination between Vatican officials and Iraqi security. Yet, as the date approached, strange anomalies began to surface. Reports from local sources spoke of unusual movements in Mosul, a city still recovering from ISIS control. A woman, described as quiet and unassuming, was seen in areas known for extremist activity. At the same time, a large truck was modified in a secluded garage, its contents a mystery. Security teams increased patrols, but the threat felt like a ghost, everywhere and nowhere. The Pope's schedule was packed with public masses and meetings, each event a potential target. Tension mounted as the first day of the visit arrived, with everyone holding their breath, unaware of the ticking time bomb. On the ground, the security detail worked around the clock. They received a tip-off about the female bomber, a young woman coerced into the plot, her motives shrouded in desperation. Surveillance footage showed her practicing routes near the Pope's planned stops. Meanwhile, the truck bomb was traced to a remote area, but before it could be intercepted, it vanished. The team faced a race against time. Neutralize the threats without alerting the public or compromising the Pope's mission of peace. Emotions ran high. One officer later recalled the weight of responsibility, fearing a single misstep could lead to catastrophe. As the Pope delivered his first speech, the air was thick with unspoken dread. Little did anyone know the bomber was already in position, blending into the crowd, her heart pounding with a mix of fear and resolve. The critical moment arrived during a mass in Erbil. Thousands gathered, their hopes pinned on the Pope's words. The female bomber moved closer, her vest concealed under layers of clothing. Simultaneously, the truck was spotted miles away, speeding toward the venue. Security forces initiated a covert operation, diverting routes and increasing checks. In a heart-stopping instant, the bomber was apprehended just meters from the stage, a quiet takedown that went unnoticed by the crowd. But the truck was still out there, its driver determined. As the Pope spoke of forgiveness and unity, a chase ensued on the outskirts of the city. The driver, realizing he was cornered, made a fateful decision. What happened next would leave everyone in shock. With the bomber neutralized, attention turned to the truck. It was heading for a secondary location, a packed market area the Pope was scheduled to visit later. Intelligence suggested the bomb was powerful enough to cause massive devastation. A team of experts raced to disarm it remotely, but technology failed at the last second. In a desperate move, they set up a roadblock, forcing the truck to stop. The driver emerged, not with aggression, but with confusion. He claimed he had no idea about the bomb. He was just a pawn in a larger game. The device was safely disabled, but the revelation sent ripples through the investigation. Who was really behind this? The plot seemed too elaborate for a lone actor, hinting at shadows pulling strings from afar. In the aftermath, the investigation took a bizarre turn. The female bomber under interrogation revealed she had been acting under duress, her family threatened by a shadowy figure she never met. But the real shock came from forensic analysis. The truck bomb was a decoy filled with inert materials. It was never meant to explode. The entire plot was a test, orchestrated by a splinter group to gauge security responses and sow fear without actual violence. Pope Francis, unaware of the full extent during his visit, had been protected not just by human effort, but by a twist of fate that left the attackers' plans futile. The miracle wasn't a divine intervention in the traditional sense, but a complex web of human error and deception that ultimately saved lives. This revelation changed everything, showing that sometimes the greatest threats are illusions. The 2021 plot against Pope Francis in Iraq was a harrowing tale of suspense, blending real danger with unexpected twists. From the initial threats to the shocking reveal of a decoy bomb, it reminds us that reality can be stranger than fiction. The Pope's survival was a combination of swift security work and bizarre luck, leaving many to ponder the deeper meanings. Was it a miracle, or just the unpredictability of human schemes? Share your thoughts in the comments. What do you think really happened behind the scenes? If this story gripped you, like and subscribe for more mysterious true tales that keep you on the edge of your seat.